Alright friends, welcome back. Today I have a special video because we're going to do a plug kit. Because apparently I have a roofing nail in my tire. So that's great. So anyway, assuming you already know how to take a tire off a car, obviously you're going to want to make sure you have your lug wrench that fits your lugs and the right jack or some kind of a jack. I'm not really going to go over how to do that. I mean, it's pretty simple. Loosen up the lugs first, jack up the car, take the tire off, make sure it's on a flat surface. Some things you might want to get, I have these jackets for work, which is fluorescent, but you can get these reflector vests and these triangles or like road flares or something. Lots of people get hit on the side of the road doing this, so take a couple dollars and get the right kind of shit. Other than that, other things you're gonna need, some gloves. I use batting gloves. Some guys like to use mechanics gloves. As a mechanic, I can tell you right now, they're not really gonna work good for getting lugs and stuff out, especially when it's cold. If it is cold, these aren't gonna really do the trick. So I wrap them in these nice wool gloves that I can still use the fingers. So that's just how I do it. Mechanics gloves. A lot of guys like to use mechanics gloves that don't actually ever do this stuff. So they're good for like carrying heavy cold stuff in the cold or doing yard work and stuff like that. For actually loosening nuts and bolts and things like that, they don't really work. So then you're gonna need a plug kit. This is the one I always use, the slime one. I probably plugged 300 tires with this. It works really good. 40,000 plus miles on the tire afterwards. So this is the one I get. This, if you have this and you know how to do this, this can save you hundreds of dollars. I mean, people go and get new tires for no, because they don't know how to do a tire plug. It's the easiest thing in the world. Like, it's really easy. So that's what we're gonna do. Other than a tire plug kit and the other things I showed you, you should get. You're gonna need either some kind of a knife or a razor blade, or just get yourself a multi-tool. Get a Leatherman. Like I always talk about having a Leatherman in your car. This is the Surge. You know, it has your knife on it and it has your wire cutters and pullers. So, because you're gonna need that. So just get that one tool that does everything. And it doesn't hurt to have a flashlight. If it's dark out, you can put this on your head and then you have your hands free. So those are just some simple things. You don't have to get the, you know, $40 Olight and leave a $40 flashlight in your car, but you know, this is my EDC kit, so I have it. But you can get the Streamlight. They go on, clip onto your hat too, the way the clip's designed. So anyway, first thing we're gonna do is obviously take the tire off the car. All right, and then you're gonna wanna identify where your hole is. Everybody's always saying you need to use soapy water. You actually just need to use, you can use your spit. I think it's already flat. I forget where it's at. Let me find it and I'll start recording again. All right, so I've identified where the air is coming out of. I don't remember if it was coming from this spot, but there's definitely a hole here. So, because I can see a nail and there's a little bit of bubbles from the coffee. I just used coffee and dumped it on there, just whatever you have. It doesn't really matter. Use your spit if you have to. So we're gonna pull that nail out of there, or whatever the heck that is. It's definitely the culprit for that spot, at least. All right, now I definitely found the hole. It's right here. You can see the bubbling. So you're gonna get your little ream tool, get it in there and clean it out. Make a nice little hole for the plug. See what I'm doing? Find your hole and make a bigger hole and clean it. Pretty much. All right. Now, get your little guys here. put this little piece of grass right there so we don't lose it. Alright, so now you're going to get one of these plugs. And you're going to feed it through your little thing here. This is where your pliers are going to come in handy, because this is probably the hardest part about doing this right here. Actually, let me take these gloves off. Okay, get that. All right, so you kind of want to pull this thing halfway through, like that. Now, if it's really cold out, you can do this part in the car. Now you're just gonna get some rubber cement. You're gonna need to poke a hole in that. So I think you can just do that with the tip of your pliers. But we have a knife, so let's get that out. And just be careful doing this part. You don't want to end up with a big injury. Yeah, you're gonna put a little of this all surrounding the area where it's gonna be in the hole. Oops, sorry. You don't need to do the whole thing because you're going to end up cutting off the tops of it, but get a good part of it. And the good thing about this kit is once you use it, you can just buy these little plugs after. You don't have to keep buying the tools every time. Obviously, you can get these little plugs anywhere. So these are definitely worth having in your car, and if you know how to do it, save you a lot of money. Even just going to a gas station, I think they charge 60 bucks or whatever, probably to plug a tire these days. All right, so now we know where our hole is, right? It's right here where this grass thing is. You're just gonna get this, shove it in there. Eventually, this can be a bit difficult sometimes. Now, once you get that in there, your plug, you're just gonna pull that out and you're good. Now, it'll be sticking out a little bit like that. So, let that sit for about a couple minutes maybe or whatever. Clean up your stuff. I wouldn't put everything away because that might not be, I might need to do another plug. But if you're not by air, then you might have to drive your car with your spare to air and then fill this up. You might be doing this at a gas station, you might be doing this on the side of the road. So it would help to have an air pump in your car if you can afford that. Might be something you want to look forward to doing or look to do. But anyway, we're gonna go to the gas station, make sure this holds air. So in this situation, we'll just say I have the spare on the car and I have to drive to a gas station. But you know, the reason why I'm doing this now is because I have to go work tomorrow. It's Sunday, so you know, I have work in the morning. I don't want to do this at 4 o'clock in the morning. So once this is dry and it holds air, you're gonna trim that with your knife so it's flush with the outer part of the tire. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. All right, guys, we're back now. Now that we know our tire holds air, okay, and we have our plug in there and it's dry, we have to trim it. Because if you leave it out like that and you're driving down the road, what can happen is it can pull it out. So you want to try to trim it. It's best if you have a razor blade, but this knife on this Leatherman is really sharp, so you just kind of want to get it. Don't pop your tire doing this, by the way. And that's it. So it's nice and flush. Alright, so now I'm lucky enough to where I'm doing this on this, like out front of my house, but if you're on the highway or something, things can get tough. So I have a triangle out here. Put your hazard lights on, and like I said, make sure you try to get these safety vests and whatnot. So now I'm just going to throw this tire on, and like I said before, you're going to want to loosen these up first. All right, then jack your car up. You don't have to crank them all the way out. Just loosen them enough to just break them loose. Okay, because if you do it with the car, oh, and put your e-brake up too. So if you do it with the car up already, the wheel's just going to spin. So make sure you break your lugs first. Now when you're putting your lug nuts back on, because I'm not going to do this, I'm just about out of time and I just want to get this done and chill out, watch some football. When you're putting your lugs back on, you want to go in a star pattern. So to make that more simple for you to understand, skip every other one. If you have a 4 lug, you put one, skip one, do the next. When you're done that one, skip one, do the next, and vice versa. So I have a 5 lug car. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I'm going to do the 1 lug here. I'm going to skip one, do the next one. I'm going to skip one, do the next one. So you could do it like that. All right. Well, that's how you're supposed to do it. That way, it ensures that you're putting it on even. Now, you're not going to put them all the way on tight when it's in the air. You're going to drop it. All right. Drop your car. Then you're going to crank them all the way tight. And then you're going to do a quarter turn. All right. And you're going to drive the car a little bit and double check. Don't, go 60, but do like 30 or 40 and pull over and just make sure they're tight. And you should be good to go. And that is it for this video. I'm going to throw my tire on. And hope you guys enjoy and learn something in this. And that's it. See you guys later. Oh yeah, I guess I should point this out real quick. So when you are jacking your vehicle up, you're gonna want to jack it up right. You're gonna see this underneath the car. You should see like a big, like a part of the frame. These don't have frames like a typical old car. There's a subframe. That means sheets of metal over sheets of metal just layered over top of each other. Okay, so but you're gonna have a pinch weld down here. It's gonna look like this. You're gonna want to put that right under the strongest part, like where your latches or your door are. They're gonna come down right here where your door latches are. That's the strongest part of this area. That's where you're gonna want to put this. All right, and it actually on the jack for your car it'll say it. So if you guys want to go ahead and get a regular jack, that's up to you. But these are the ones most cars come with. Now check, always check. If you're buying used cars or cars from auctions and stuff like that, make sure they have their stuff and make sure you have the right lug for your car. Now you can go buy better stuff, but this is, I can do what I have that comes with the car. I mean, it does work. So, and even on there, it'll show you. So that's all you're gonna do. Is you're gonna make sure you put it in the right spot. And it's really pretty simple. Can save you lots of money and time, and it's really not a hard thing. Oh, and if you want to get some knee pads, that's cool too. I have them. I just didn't put them on. And that's it. Make sure I have a video of different things you can keep in your car for these kind of things, like work boots or gloves or different things, because this could happen in a snowfall, and that could be a real nightmare. So anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Like I said, I hope you learned something. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Now, I'm really going this time. Oh, man, these jacks, they do take forever. It's like, oh, see how I had the lugs loose already? Uh-oh. Yeah, I got it. Don't forget to loosen the lugs first. That would suck. These jacks take freaking forever, but they are proven to work, scissor jacks. And if your car doesn't have one in it, and you bought it, you are going to be in a shit position. You're waiting for AAA, you're freaking, you know what I mean? You got to learn how to do things yourself. teach your kids this stuff, man. This is old, classic American stuff to do. And I think it's a lot of things that people lose touch with nowadays, you know, with their Mercedes and their freaking high-tech cars, and, you know, get out there and learn how to change a damn flat tire. Or plug one or whatever. Now, obviously I could have took this thing to my shop and did this in 20 freaking minutes. But, you know, I wanted to show you guys how you would do it in a situation where, you know, you have to use the stuff that's in your car, or you don't have an air compressor, or, you know, jacks and stuff to your access. You know, I have impact guns and stuff at work. I mean, I could have literally did this in less than 15 minutes probably, like, honestly. But, you know, sometimes maybe this would have happened to me on the side of the road. I mean, it happened here. I could have just put my spare on and went to my work and did it. But, you know, that's a half-hour drive. And on Sunday in Philadelphia, fuck, forget about it. It's just, 95 is a mess. Everybody's trying to go down the city to watch the football game. So, you know, the Eagles about to start. So, anyway, guys, I think we're finally up in the air. I think I decided to just record and show you guys how to do this part too. But you got to remember, this part of the tire is a lot beefier than this little thing, so I'm going to have to go up higher. I just broke the tripod. I broke the freaking tripod. Oh my god. Alright, this video is done. I'll see you guys next time. Tire's off. We're going to put the tire on and I'm done. But you guys should know how to do this through this point. I'll see you guys later. Later, peace. Fuck.